Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you would have done if someone you loved tried to cross a line like this. It started with a single, unexpected demand. My wife, the person I thought I knew completely, looked me dead in the eye and said something that made my chest tighten. "I think we should try something new. You need to agree." Her tone wasn't a question. It wasn't tentative. It was commanding, almost as if she assumed compliance would be automatic. My mind raced. What did she mean? Why now? I tried to stay calm, pretending I hadn't felt the sharp edge in her words. Over the next few days, her behavior only confirmed that this wasn't casual. She started dropping hints, testing boundaries, trying to provoke me into acquiescence. Late-night texts, vague excuses, and a strange combination of flirtation and pressure. At first, I questioned myself. Was I being too controlling? Was I missing a sign of her desires? But deep down, something felt wrong, more than wrong. Then came the moment I knew she underestimated me. She pressed a demand again, this time expecting compliance, confident that I would cave. But instead of the reaction she anticipated, I paused, looked her squarely in the eyes, and delivered my response. It wasn't loud, it wasn't aggressive, but it was deliberate, firm, and unmistakable. I told her exactly how I felt. I laid out my boundaries, my expectations, and my deal breakers. And I did it without anger, without pleading, just calm, measured, and unwavering. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument we'd ever had. I could see the shock on her face, the flicker of disbelief. She had assumed she could manipulate, persuade, or intimidate me into agreeing, and she hadn't expected resistance. Over the next few days, I noticed a change. Her tone shifted. She stopped trying to push, stopped hinting, and even seemed hesitant around me. I realized something important in that moment. Standing your ground isn't about winning an argument. It's about reclaiming your power, your voice, and your respect. It wasn't easy. I felt the strain of conflict, the tension of a relationship tested in ways I hadn't imagined. But I also felt a sense of clarity I hadn't felt in years. I realized that love doesn't mean giving up your self-respect. It doesn't mean compromising your boundaries for the sake of appeasement. And it certainly doesn't mean allowing manipulation to dictate your life. Weeks later, the memory of that demand still lingers, but it no longer carries fear or frustration. Instead, it reminds me of strength, resilience, and the importance of knowing your worth. It taught me that the hardest moments aren't the ones where we give in. They're the ones where we stand firm, even when the other person expects us to break. So, if this story resonates with you, or if you've ever faced someone pushing boundaries in a way that tested your limits, share your thoughts in the comment below. How would you have handled someone you trusted trying to manipulate you? And don't forget to subscribe for more real, emotionally gripping stories about love, betrayal, and self-respect. Because sometimes, the moments that shock others the most are the ones that reveal your true strength and teach them you're not someone to be underestimated.